to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com. Here we go, 10:36. Only a couple of minutes behind. I'm getting better at this job. Lacy McDonald, Hayner Public Library in studio. This Saturday, the Mobile Memory Lab. Now, you guys are one of the first libraries in the state to have this recognition, correct?
Yes, absolutely. So the Illinois Heartland Library System is the library system that Hayner is a part of. And they contacted us, I think last year, to see if we'd be interested in being part of the pilot program for something they're calling the Mobile Memory Lab. So we're one of 3 libraries that are part of this. Our time is this Saturday, and then Sparta Public Library is this Wednesday, and Marshall Public Library did it back in October. But we're one of the first libraries to do it, and it's a community event, so people can come into the library, bring personal or community artifacts, and get them digitized to be shared with everybody on the Illinois State Archives.
So this is actually a perfect follow-up. So when I was cleaning out, this was years ago, we were doing a garage sale at Grandma's house, and she had all this stuff. Well, there was a book from Owen Glass, and it was a book from Dwight Eisenhower and all of his presidential portraits, or not president, but all of his portraits when he left the office. And they gave them it was like a select copy, and they gave them to the Owen Glass workers. There was like one of 350. Would that be something I bring into you guys, or is that like a keepsake? Because here's this is where I'm kind of confused.
Okay.
Is it what's a memento and what's history?
Ooh, well, I would say lots of things are history that you wouldn't necessarily expect.
Yep.
And things that we don't think of as history right now because they're current are going to be history in the future.
Oh.
So a huge part of my job is thinking about what people might be interested in later and trying to collect it now. But as far as this particular event goes, I don't know if the book would work because it might still be under copyright because that was a published item.
Gotcha.
So some things are out of copyright and that would be acceptable, like if it's before 1923. And newspapers have a different date. So if you have newspaper clippings, as long as they are before, I think, 1977, that's okay. So like if someone has a scrapbook and it's got personal photographs and the newspaper clippings that go with it, that would be okay.
Okay.
As long as they're a little bit older. But like photographs, family photographs from different organizations in the community. There's a lot of freedom with this one, I think partly because this is the pilot program, so we're still kind of figuring out like what people are going to even bring in.
This is the fun part of it.
Yeah, this is like what works, what doesn't.
Right.
But I mean, in the list of things that were an option, we had everything from personal photographs, slides, negatives, that kind of thing, manuscripts and letters, federal government documents, postcards, newspaper clippings published prior to 1978, maps, and historical items, which are also called realia. So like if you had an item that an ancestor used or that you collected at some point and has a story behind it, they can photograph the actual item and you can provide it a description. So if you bring anything in, and this is by appointment only, but if you bring anything in, it doesn't have to just be a picture. It can be a personal item that has a story. So the important part is what we call the provenance, the story behind something, where it came from, how people used it, why it's important.
Well, and to me, this is going to be a hit because I'm sure there's thousands of people over your tenure with the library that have called you going, Lacy, I got one of a kind right here in my basement today. You can have it. And how many times a week do you experience somebody stumbling upon or just having something in their collection that would be perfect for this?
Man, I constantly get calls from people about how to, especially if it's something someone wants to keep. So we take donations of items, but a lot of times people want to keep it and just want to have it preserved. So I don't know how many times per week, but I get constant donations. And this is a way for people that want to keep the item but would like to be able to share it. Can bring it in, have it digitized, and that's for everyone.
Now the light bulbs are all clicking for CJ here. So this is great. So this is something where maybe I feel like this is something that's of notoriety to the community or would be in the future, but I want to keep it on my bookshelf or I want to keep it in my display cabinet so we can digitize it through this mobile memory lab.
Yes.
but then I get to keep the item.
Yes.
You get to keep the data basically from what I brought in.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
this is really cool
Yeah.
now. Okay, so how long is this event running on Saturday?
It's Saturday from 8:30 to 5,
Mm-hmm.
and we have appointments every half an hour. We've got about 7 left. All of the ones we have left are between noon and 4:30.
Really?
Yeah, we put it in our newsletter. We've had some stuff on Facebook, so people have already been signing up. But each appointment is half an hour, and if you send me an email at genealogy@haynerlibrary.org, or you can call. My direct phone number is 618-433-2859, and sign up for one of those appointments that we still have left. Then we can get you in on Saturday.
I think we can get 7, like right now, 7. I think that's fair.
Like when I get back to the library?
Literally right when you
Okay.
get back. Because well, I mean, so many people really have so many unique things that
Mm-hmm.
need to be scanned. Now, how did the libraries get chosen? Because, I mean, there's so many in the Heartland District. What made Hayner kind of stick out? Is that any was it randomized, or how does that kind of go?
We were chosen because we have such a strong genealogy
Yeah.
local history
Yeah.
collection and department. And so it's because we have a gem.
You're right.
Truly. And so we also, we have branching out genealogy
Yep.
classes. We kind of already had a patron base that might be interested. So I think part of it was, there was a very special place where we could do it. And honestly, we have a couple of large scale photographs that I haven't been able to digitize that I'm going to try to sneak in and get digitized
Really?
on Saturday when this happens.
So how does the process work? So whenever I come in for my appointment,
Mm-hmm.
what does that kind of look and sound like?
So, person comes in and will fill out a short online form
Okay.
with contact information about the item, so that the cataloger that's coming on Saturday works for the library system, and she is going to.
Can I ask a quick
Yeah,
question?
yeah.
Just because there are folks that maybe aren't the most computer literate
Sure.
out there, is there going to be someone there that could help them fill out the online form
Absolutely.
too? Okay, cool.
Absolutely.
Sorry,
So,
didn't mean to stop you.
No, I appreciate you bringing that up. So there will be a cataloger from the system, and then all day there will be at least 2 staff members who are there that can help people with the online form,
Cool.
answer questions, anything like that. So yes, if you're not comfortable on a computer, we can help with that part.
Really cool. So
Yeah.
after you fill out the form,
Yes.
what's next?
You give the items to the cataloger, and Kat is our cataloger through the system, and she said 10 to 15 items is what they were able to do in 30 minutes at the previous
Whoa.
event in Marshall Public Library. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Okay, now hold on here, because I was thinking about like 1 to 2, because when I
Well, like photographs, not like 10 to 15 books.
Oh, okay. Well, no, but even then, though, that's still quite a substantial
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
time. That's like 2 a minute, right? Or no?
One every 2 minutes.
One every 2
Or
minutes.
One every 3 minutes.
Geometry was the only thing I passed in math, huh? It was not good. So, but to me though, that's really cool. That's enough
Yeah.
to get somebody's collection started.
Yeah.
And now, are you guys planning on doing more of these afterwards, or how does that look?
Well, we would love to do more. I know that the Illinois Heartland Library System applied for a larger grant to try to make this a more permanent program. So part of this pilot program was to show for that grant how it would work. So I'm hoping eventually we'll do something else like this. I also, there's some libraries that have digitizing and other digital equipment in-house that people can come in and use. Like Belleville has like actual equipment you can bring in, like a VHS tape, and turn it into a DVD there, as long as it's not in copyright. And so eventually I would like to have something like that in our library too, where people can bring stuff in and we can show them
Wow.
how to digitize it, and then they can take it back.
Okay, so I have a question.
Yeah.
Now. Does that work for like 8 mil for the like the metal reels, the 35ers?
I don't know exactly what Belleville has. I think part of why I was so excited to do this is so we can see how they do
Yeah.
the community digitization, because I actually digitize a lot at the library. We do out of copyright books, we do postcards, photographs, but we have a smaller, kind
Gotcha.
of very sensitive photo scanner that stays on my desk. So I want to see how what the options are,
Yeah.
so we can make it more of a community thing.
This is really unique. So it's actually a great learning tool for you guys
Yeah.
too to keep
Yeah.
growing, because genealogy here at Hayner is just amazing. I mean, there's
Thank you.
every time I go somewhere, everyone's always asking either about Hayner or Alton Little Theater, and then we talk somewhat about genealogy, because you guys really have just a fantastic department, and it's
you.
just really growing too. You got a moment to stick around?
Sure.
Let me pay one last bill. 10:46 the time. Let me pay one last bill. We'll come back, keep talking, because now I figured all of this out. It makes total sense. And on Saturday, we have a chance, 7 of you do left, to preserve your history and help tell Alton's story and the RiverBend story. This is really cool. Conversations continue right after this.
Welcome to Evergreen Place, a community that embodies joyful living, independence, and financial freedom for seniors. If you're looking for a full day of activities or to relax in your apartment, we have you covered. Located on the Alton Memorial Campus. To know us is to love us. Experience the difference at Evergreen Place.
Is it time to buy, sell, or even time to consider a short sale of your property? Meet Lisa Webb, owner of 3rd Street Realty. This local, women-owned, family-operated realty group has over a decade of experience in foreclosures, first-time home buying, and so much more. 3rd Street Realty prides themselves on holding your hand through the entire process. Let their expertise guide you to your dream home. Visit 3rdstrealty.com and start your journey with Lisa Webb today.
Do you need to declutter your space? Time to call me, the Queen of Junk. Since 1993, we have grown to be the leader in residential, commercial, and property management junk removal. At Sparks Junk Removal, we are eco-friendly. We recycle, donate, or repurpose items back into our community. Trash is our last resort to the landfill. Plus, with our all-inclusive service, our crews handle everything from labor to lifting and landfill fees. Give us a call or visit our website, sparksjunkremoval.net, to reclaim your space today.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Oh, this conversation continues at 10:48. Mobile Memory Lab, 8:30 a.m. till 5. You got a busy day on Saturday.
I know.
You know what? I never
Fun but long.
I never think about this. And this is the first time in a year and a half I've thought about this. I always go, man, these are great events. And I realize we have to work on a Saturday.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, at least you're doing something you love, right?
And I'm going to take off another day to have comp time.
yeah,
so
there
it's
you
okay.
go.
It's okay. I'll get rewarded for it.
So we were talking, this is the best way to put this, is this is personal stuff that we're all cool with having the public to see.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes.
I love it.
You have to want everyone to to have access to this, everyone to be able to see it.
These are all our own open secrets.
Yes, if you have any open secrets, it's the perfect time to get them digitized.
I'm telling you, I'm finding some endorsement material on this. So, I mean, this is really fantastic because there's so many times that, and even when I did call-in shows in St. Louis, just running the boards and hearing the folks call in and whatever you do, so many people have items that they want the public to see. Mm-hmm. I mean, they really do. And this is a great opportunity for folks to really do that without having to, go through too many hurdles, sweat too much about it. Just go in. Hayner and the Illinois Heartland system will take care of you for
Yes.
it. And this is really just unique. And so as this is all kind of developing, how long of a process was this to put this together?
Ooh, so we didn't really have to do any of the heavy lifting.
Nice.
I just got to say yes to things and then pick a date when we wanted to have the system come in. But it's been probably a year of planning, applying for the grant, preparation, all of that. So,
wow.
It's been a big process.
That sounds like a massive process, but it seems like it's going to be one of those things that develops into hopefully a long-standing program within Hayner too.
Yes, yeah. it
Wow.
complements what we've already been doing with digitization, and I think it'll be a big step forward for us too.
Genealogy, and it just year after year keeps developing and growing too, with programs, whether it's community-oriented programs or just these types of events. And what do you attribute that to? Is it just all the staff that you have? Is it yourself? Is it everyone collaborating with you? What do you attribute that to? Because you guys really do have something special with genealogy.
Yeah, I have a phenomenal staff. Phenomenal staff. Beth Phillips is the one that does the branching out programs. Pam DeCourcy does all of the our records on local businesses, local buildings. We have over 3,000 property files at the library. Yeah. Renee Johnson has worked with the school district to do the Alton ABC and Color Me Alton books. George Fuller, I talked with you a little bit about this today,
Yes.
but we have over 100,000 photographs that we received from the Telegraph as negatives when Hearst bought the Telegraph several years ago, and we've been working on digitizing those. And George has gone through with thousands of them to put whatever is written by Robert Grawl or whoever the photographer was, written on the actual negative, put that information on the digital file so we
Wow.
can search them. And then I take those and I put them on to confuse everybody further, our Illinois Digital Archives collection. And so this is another, like, going into new ways to do genealogy. So I try to find, if a photograph was printed in the Telegraph, I find when it was printed, which can be easy or extremely hard. And then I take whatever the caption was so I can actually identify the people, and then it's searchable by name as well. And I
Really
do like
cool.
women's maiden names. I try to get as much information as I can in there. So it's a new way for people to search for old photographs of their family. And then I have one more employee. Aliana Katabi is our newest employee, and she's been working on putting together a lot of stuff for our school history. So yes, I have a phenomenal staff, and Mary Cordes is an amazing director.
She's the
too.
best.
So
Oh, man.
she gives us a lot of room to do what we want to do.
Well, you guys just have an awesome team. I mean,
Yeah.
the entire Hayner team is just really full of great people, no
Yes.
matter what department, what branch, what hierarchy, you name it, etc. From the board all the way down, everyone's really on the same page and believes in the same mission.
Yeah.
And so we were talking a little bit, you just threw out a little bit of an outlier here with this Illinois.
Yeah, sorry guys.
Yeah, throw this out. So let's bring all this together here a little bit.
Yes.
So take me through the different collections, because there's your guys's.
Oh, yes.
Then
Okay.
there's the Illinois Digitization. Am I right here? Am I
Yes.
speaking in tongues?
No,
Okay.
you're doing great. So the Illinois Digital Archives encompasses collections from all over the state.
Okay.
So it is through the state archives, the Illinois State Archives, and you have to apply to have a collection on the Illinois Digital Archives. So we applied several years ago and were approved, and then you can put whatever collections you want to on there. So right now we have our only collection is just Illinois area local history, photography, and some postcards, but mostly photographs. And we have almost 6,000 on there that we have put individually on.
Oh my
Put the
gosh.
metadata on each one. And so that is one collection, but there are, the Madison County Historical Society has several collections, lots of libraries and universities, public libraries and universities around the state of Illinois. It's all Illinois. Have collections on there, and you can search through any of them. You can search through just one collection. You can search through any of them. So ours is the Alton area one, and this one is going to be specifically the Illinois Heartland Library System mobile memory collection. So it'll be searchable for anyone anywhere, but it will be housed in their collection, which is also part of the Illinois Digital Archives.
Really cool. Now, it's just fascinating to see all the different components and how it kind of all ties in together, too. And with all that being said, I think sometimes, I always look, and I wanted to hear your thoughts on this, because every time I look online, you always see there's some town has a historic downtown, or they have an historic district. And do you think, because to me, I'm like, well, okay, what means historic? And is it, I think maybe it's because we just live in such a rich region full of history and vibrancy that sometimes I kind of look at other places and go, well, is that really historic? Is that just because of where we're living at and just how rich of the history we have here? Or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like we're historic, but other people are claiming
You know
we're
what I'm
historic,
saying?
and they're
Yeah,
like,
I'm not trying to start anything. I'm really not. It's
Tell me what cities you're talking about, CJ.
now you'll know where I'll never be. No, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is that really just what it is, that we just have a really rich region, or
Yes.
is that just how it is all over the place?
Well, we have a really rich region, and part of that is that we were the West before. Like St. Louis is the gateway to the West. Like we were as far as it got for a while, if you're talking just specifically about the United States of America. And I mean, Illinois was founded in it became a state in 1818. And there were people living in Alton. That's the same year that Alton was platted. So, and before that, there was a ferry, there was other stuff going on. It's not like no one was living here, but we've also had the telegraph from 1836 on, which was a year before Alton was even incorporated. So not only do we have a lot of buildings that are very old, and many that have been kept very well during that time period, but we also have a written history that we can refer to. So even just this morning, I was looking up ads about the Stratford Hotel in the 1930s, and you can find all that really easily. So it's easier here than a lot of places to have a historic building and then be able to build the written history of it. So like if you're applying for National Historic Register status, it's easy to find your sources to back that stuff up.
That's really fascinating. And it was one of those things where, I mean, because you're in the driver's seat on a lot of this, so you hear all these different stories and you hear the rich history and you hear all these components, but to really get that sense is, I never even thought about that being we were the West at one point in time. That is so wild.
Yeah.
You blew my mind today. All right, so we have 3 minutes left.
Okay.
What can we bring in on Saturday?
Okay, so first of all, make an appointment if you want to come in. And
what's the phone number?
The phone number is 618-433-2859. And genealogy at haynerlibrary.org is the email address. And all that information is on like our Facebook page and stuff. But if you want to bring stuff in on Saturday, personal photographs, community resources, like if you have a scrapbook that your grandmother kept about a local organization she was part of, bring that in. And all of that will be professionally digitized and professionally cataloged, and then you'll get to kind of see how that history reaches out to other people.
That is so good. And we broke it because I was having some issues this morning. I took some notes. Personal stuff that you'd be okay with the public of knowing about. Your open secrets. I think that's a good endorsement line.
Yes, you absolutely have to be okay with people seeing this.
And that's why I quit going out on Fridays. With that being said, before we say goodbye today, it is Christmas season. I hate to tell people that. I'm a big Christmas guy. I watched like 8 holiday movies this weekend.
Did you really?
Oh my God, cried like a little baby all weekend. The New Christmas Story is just a beautiful movie. I don't know if you've seen it. Oh my, it's about how his dad dies, so he has to be the next Christmas mask. Oh my goodness, talk about heartstrings.
I'll put it on my list.
I lost like 4 pounds of water weight and almost had to go to the hospital, So, but with that being said, what's your favorite part about Christmas in the Riverbend?
Oh man, CJ didn't tell me he was.
I did not. This is new. This is a new part of the show.
Well, I love the Christmas tree downtown.
Right.
Actually, my favorite thing is that we decorate the Genealogy and Local History Library. Renee Johnson makes it beautiful every year, and she's been working on a lot of cool stuff this year. We have an open house. And
do you?
Sure, on December 2nd.
I'm glad I asked.
I'm glad you asked too, because it wasn't in the newsletter. December 2nd from 10 to 1, we're going to have an open house at the Genealogy Library. Cookies, light refreshments. Renee has been working on puzzles specific, like making puzzles for the Genealogy and Local History Library. So I think one of them is going to debut then.
Oh,
and you can just come in and see all the gorgeous decorations and say
We'll
hi.
do a write-up on that.
Yeah.
That's cool. Mm-hmm. I'm glad I asked the question.
Well, and we got everything figured out last week. So this is we knew we were going to do it, but the newly figured out details. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's really cool. So anyway, before I hit goodbye, because, I was going to hit goodbye and wrap up, I do want to make sure we get all the details. So this
Yes.
weekend, there's 7 spots left, 8:30 a.m. until 5 p.m.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
This Saturday.
4:30 will be the last
Oh,
appointment because it ends at 5.
And these are 30-minute appointments.
30-minute appointments.
You can get about, 15 photographs scanned?
Yeah.
And then mark your calendars, too, for December the 2nd and hang out with Genealogy and celebrate the open house. Lacy McDonald, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, CJ.
I'm out of time. I will see you back here tomorrow for more of our daily show and a jam-packed lineup of guests. So on that note, have a great 13th day of November, but most importantly, just try your best to stay out of jail.
Oh, yes, he did. He said it.